What's up guys, Justin Greenwald here. Welcome to 65 Drums. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own 15-inch hi-hat. So you can have a humongous hi-hat instead of the normal 11-inch hi-hat that you usually use on like a Roland TD 11kV, a Roland TD 25, or Roland TD 30K. So my voice is back. I haven't been able to speak very well for around a week or a little over a week, so I can finally start filming videos again. I'm really excited. And today, like I said earlier, I'm going to show you how to make your own 15-inch electronic drum hi-hat. A while back, I did a video where I took a CY12, I think it was, and turned it into basically a VH11. And I'm going to do the same now, but with my CY15 ride cymbal. So I'm taking a ride cymbal and making it into a hi-hat. Now, the hi-hat that comes on like the KV version of the TD11 and the TD30K is this VH11 hi-hat. As was pointed out to me in a different video, the number in front of the VH hi-hat line does not equal how big the cymbal is, all around the exact same size. So this one right here, it's not the biggest playing surface. It does a great job, and I really do like this hi-hat. But you know what? Maybe you want a big hi-hat, and that is possible. This mounting hardware comes installed. This is like all part of the cymbal. You don't take this apart. You can do some adjustments by turning this dial here, but yeah, it all comes like this. And then on the bottom of the hi-hat stand is this controller piece. When you close the hi-hat, all you're doing is closing this lever. And as it goes down, it tells the module the hi-hat is closed this much, now it's closed this much, now it's closed this much. It's all the way closed. And so you have a wire connecting from here and also a wire connecting to the hi-hat. Two wires go to your drum module. The good news is you can actually upgrade most any Roland drum set with this hi-hat configuration right here. Now I want to point out that Yamaha and Roland use different controller pieces. So a VH11 hi-hat controller would not work with a Yamaha drum set and vice versa, just because of the way they're set up. So don't try to do that if you find a better deal on one or the other. Stick with the brand you've got. So this is the standard configuration. And you just put this all on an acoustic hi-hat stand. All right, so that's the VH11. Now let's look over here. This is my Roland CY15 ride cymbal. It's got 3 zones. We're not gonna use all the 3 zones for the hi-hat. I just wanted to tell you what it was capable of. So what I did was I just basically took a piece of hi-hat hardware like this and just put it inside the hi-hat cymbal. Now you got to force it because this is meant to sit on a cymbal stand, not to have a piece of hi-hat hardware jammed inside it. You will widen this a little bit, but that's just the risk you're going to take. One other thing I need to point out is that you need a pretty narrow piece of hi-hat mounting hardware, because this is the hi-hat mounting hardware that came on my Sonar Force 2001 acoustic drum set, and it really doesn't fit. So what I did was I used a piece of hi-hat mounting hardware from Go eDrum. I'm not sponsored by them, but they did give me a couple of drum sets so I could review them. And they use these kinds of cymbals right here. Their cymbals are not very good, at least the ones they sent me, and they break really, really fast. But they come with this hi-hat mounting hardware that is really, really thin. And it fits without a ton of effort into the Roland cymbals I've tried it on. So that's what I use. You don't have to use that. You can use any kind of hi-hat mounting hardware that is a little thinner than usual, and it should work. So once you put all that in, of course you'll need a piece of felt on the top, and then a piece of felt on the bottom right there. So that's the cymbal. You've got that squared away. But now we got to have some sort of hi-hat controller mechanism that will tell the module when the hi-hat is open or closed. And this right here, again, it's from Go eDrum. They gave this to me, and it's really, really cheap. It's like, I think this is like 40 or 50 bucks. So this is the cheapest you can find. There are other people, I believe there's a couple of different people that make hi-hat controllers that will work with Roland drum modules. This is probably the cheapest one. It's not as nice as this VH11 hi-hat controller. This has a nice metal bottom piece right here that really makes it centered on the hi-hat stand. And it's, as you can see, it's the same shape as the rest of this piece of controller. The problem with this Go eDrum controller is that it tapers down right here. So it's a weird little center of gravity thing. It's not as well built as this Roland piece, But the problem is I couldn't get this roll-in piece to work with my CY15 or the CY12, because the way Go eDrum does it is that it flattens out right here, and then you just press down the lever and it tells the module how open and closed the cymbal is. That's great, but this VH11 one tapers downward on top right here. So when you press it like that, that doesn't tell the module that it's closed. You actually have to like press it way, way, way down. And so it's just harder to get this to work with a random cymbal than it would be to buy some sort of third-party option where this is like flat near the top, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm using the Go eDrum controller. It's not as nice, but it works better with random cymbals when you try to turn them into hi-hats. Let me give you a little bit of a size comparison here. This is the VH11, this is the CY15 cymbal. There's two plugins right here for the cables, because you have one for the bow and the bell, and the one for the bow/edge. So the one I plug in to make this work as a hi-hat is the bottom one right here. This is the bow edge trigger. And roll-in modules don't have any sort of bell sounds for the hi-hat, so it doesn't even matter that it doesn't trigger. But yeah, that's really all I do. I put a piece of mounting hardware inside the cymbal, really, really easy. Have felt on the bottom and on the top. The felt on the bottom is there so it doesn't damage this piece right here. And then I just put it on top like that. By the way, I don't like how this Go eDrum hi-hat mounting piece doesn't have like a knob to tighten it down like this VH11 or really any acoustic hi-hat stand has. You have to use a drum key to tighten this down, and it is super annoying, but there it is. So now when I press on the hi-hat pedal, it goes up and down, and it works pretty well. So as you can see, it works. It's very doable, and you can actually get quite a bit of definition and sensitivity out of this. And that's really, really nice. You get a larger playing surface, and it's fun to play. But I'm going to switch back to my VH11, and the open and closed feeling feels better, and I believe you have a little more of a sensitivity range. I don't know, just I like the playing experience over here better, and I miss having a ride cymbal. So the ride cymbal is going back on my ride cymbal stand, and I'm gonna go back to a standard configuration. But if you don't like your standard hi-hat setup that you have right now, you can build a hi-hat as big as you want to be in place of whatever you're using right now. Thank you so much for watching. I make a new video like somewhere around 3 times a week right now, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, about there. If you want to keep on top of those, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a few.